Guys, this is Saiyan here coming at you with another deck profile, and before I start anything I want to give a massive shout out to my affiliate YouTube channel CCG Replays. Amazing channel. He digs into epic obscure card games just like I do, so please do go and check out his video. I want to give him a massive thank you for hooking me up with both sets of the Evangelion card game that came out recently, part of the Chrono class series. This, by far, in my opinion, is the best. If you don't know, guys, Naruto's come out, Godzilla's come out, Evangelion. I am a massive Evangelion fan, and you know, through the playtesting we've done, I feel like this is fairly well balanced as far as I know compared to the previous iterations. Really hoping for an expansion too. So I've seen a couple of deck profiles fly around on the internet, and I wanted to bring you something different, something new, unique perhaps. Nobody has really seemed to be dug into the red-blue color combination. And what I thought about red and blue is, well, blue is generally really good in getting you a little bit more time, a little bit more card advantage, getting to your EX cards, and red has some really good targeted removal, normally by minusing battlers, and it also has some really beefy beaters like Evangelion 13, both main deck and extra deck as well. So let's jump into the deck profile and I'll talk you through why I chose this color combination that I find so far to be my favorite. Alright, cool. So sticking with the Gohan Met, first of all, let's start with the extra cards. The reason why I started with the extra cards is because we are running What Do You Think of the Idiot? What a great what a great title for a card. So for one measly time you get 5 time and you need to blow up one of your battlers, which you want normally to be beneficial to you, and of course we do have a couple of ways to make that beneficial for us. In the guard stack you get +2 time, which can just stop an attack or just maybe, well, essentially will give you probably more time at the end of the turn. So 3 really good cards. I love this card, just staple in any blue deck, I think. And then Ritsuko Akagi, just a strictly better card than Thank You. I was thinking about running Thank You until I realized that Ritsuko does exactly the same and a little bit more. You get an EX card, so we got card advantage here. We can tap a battler, hopefully our opponents, maybe we can swing into it with some big guy, and all of our guys gain recovery, so when they attack they will not be destroyed even if they are defeated. It's just a really good card for 2 costs. It does so many things. In the Guardian stack you can return a battler into hand, so that can stop an attack, that can prevent a further attack from your opponent. Just really good card. But coming back here, this card in particular is a massive enabler in this deck, and to run you guys through that, I'm gonna start with the number 1 card that we want to combo with this. So if turn 1 we can play maybe You Won't Die, I Will Protect You, and then turn 2 blow it up with What Do You Think of the Idiot, get loads of time. Or if we go second, then hopefully if we do get at least 2 times we can get her out, go to 0, play this, go back up to 4, and we can have a bigger play, and we get an EX card. So again, we got card advantage, and we got the Sentinel ability, which is obviously going to be protecting our stack. I think quite an overlooked, maybe underrated ability as well here, which I found that I really like. So this is probably my most favorite Sentinel in the game, because it taps itself every turn, so you can always activate the Sentinel ability. Can't attack, so it's really nicely balanced. Every turn you get a time back, and just for a 2 cost it's really good. Even if it survives just till the next turn and you can tap it once, it basically you harvested 1 time of it already. Again, amazingly superb guard stack ability right there, so Really like this card. And another card that combos really well with what do you think of the soup is Production Model 02, our third and the final Sentinels in the deck, but I think running with 9 is really sweet. I found it really useful in many occasions during playtesting. If it blows up, you get 2 time. If you flip it in your stack, you get 2 times. So you can't go wrong with that guy. Again, just get more time, maybe get more card advantage, stuff like that. That's what we're trying to do mostly with our blue stuff. So this is our base engine. That's what we are starting with, and then I'm gonna go into some more card advantage. Well, not necessarily card advantage, but at least card neutral. One of the things that I found strategically with this game is that because you are very limited to the number of cards you can play your decks with, you really want the ability to dig through your deck as much as you can, because normally the game's gonna be pretty much dependent on your starting hand. Now, if you can dig deeper into your deck, you get a lot more cards that you might want to get to, like these guys, you know, our extra cards. They can be super useful. There's also a very good reason why we only run 6, and I'm gonna get to that when we talk about the extra deck. But this guy, just generally really good at 5 strength for 5. When it comes to play, you draw a card. So when you play it, it replaces itself, and it can attack the stack basically twice. The +1, obviously, and the basic attack that it will get anyway. So Production Model 02. Another one that we like very much to to blow up maybe ourselves or our opponent is Illustrious, Mari Makinami Illustrious. Another great target for your what do you think of the idiot. A little bit more expensive than you won't die, I will protect you. But if you play for 3 and then it's blown up, you get an EX card. Or if you're really that desperate, you can send it questing, and all your battlers gain +3 attack that turn, which is, I think, is a really good effect. Again, the stack ability is great, and you know, basically, just as a pilot, you get a 2/2. If you think your opponent's probably gonna destroy it, or you're running into the stack, just put this girl on one of the Evas, and you're already going to recoup what you put into it. And last but not least, this is definitely my favorite, because this actually gives you real card advantage when 9th Angel or Eva 03, which we know turn into an angel when Asuka was testing this Eva. Unfortunate incident, very much so. Basically kicked off the pretty much kicked off the events of the near third impact. Oh yeah, by the way, if you haven't realized it, guys, all these cards are taking images from the Rebuild series, the 3 movies, and hopefully the 4th movie is going to be coming out during the summer of 2020. 3.0 plus 1.0 is what they are currently titling it. It has had a massive delay. The last one came out nearly 8 years ago, 3.33, so I can't wait to see the final iteration of the Rebuild series. But this card is really good. 6 strength for 6, a +1 guard attack. It also has the protector ability, so when this guy is in play, your other non-protector battlers can't be targeted by your opponent's effect, so no return to hand, no make them explode, none of that stuff. And it also has taunt, so when this guy is tapped, then before your opponent wants to swing at any of your guys, it has to get rid of the taunter first. So really good combo that I think many people want to work when they're trying to quest, is having a Sentinel tapped and having a Taunter tapped. The Sentinel is going to protect your stack, the Taunter is going to protect your Sentinel, so you know, you can really build some nice defensive lines. But you know, opponent can still get through it. Realistically, the Taunter is probably going to help the Quester deck. You don't necessarily need the Sentinel to be down for that. But anyway, I'm completely off topic here. So these are also predominantly card advantage, card filtering cards. So let's move on. We have, of course, a suit of removals as well. we are running 3 Nice to Meet You Father. Again, this card is multifunctional, it does a lot of things. You can just bring it down for 4, it's a 4 strength beater. When it attacks, it gains +2, so technically you're swinging for 6 with a 4 cost, and you can also dish out -2 to hopefully one of your opponent's battlers. Again, in the stack, it just gives you +1 card, which again, just helps us to dig deeper in the deck. I love this card. I think it's a really, really good card. Very versatile, flexible. As a pilot, you can play for 3. Buff up one of your guys if you want to have like a beefy sentinel down. Play production model 02 next turn maybe, or if you got loads of time. If you got like 7 time, 6. Well, if you wanna do something else, then probably 7 time. But even if you got enough time, put this guy on it. If it's destroyed, you still got 2 time back. But if you get to swing with it, then that's +2, -2, really good. And he's gonna make a little bit more sense in a while as well, so don't forget about Nice to Meet You Father. Just really love that card, really, really nice. We got, of course, 3 of the infamous 5th Angel. When you play it, a chosen battler gains -3 strength. Of course, if a battler's strength reaches 0 or below 0, then it is destroyed. Again, +1 to the stack. It can't attack battlers, which is not really a problem with this guy usually, and it is a taunter as well, which is really good. So again, just loads of stuff for it. And of course, the big girl Lilith. I just really wish they would have done the OG anime Lilith mask on this one, because I think that is just so much better. The purple mask with the 7 eyes, but it is what it is. Again, so when you tap it, you can give out -3 to any battler. It has taunt, it can't attack, but you don't really want to attack. What you want to do is obviously tap her, which activates the taunt. It's a 7 strength for 5, which is already very good. So it's good on defense, and it's good on removal as well. Certainly can get rid of a lot of like small guys if they are not like pilots, if they're not attached as pilots, because then you can't touch them. Okay, so Nice to Meet You Father in particular goes really well with this particular card that I personally love. I think it is just a really cool card. The reason is because this is one of the 2 only cards in the game that comes with fast. And fast is like the haste ability, so you can immediately tap it to attack or activate an ability if you can activate an ability when you play it. So this guy comes down for 4. It has a 3 strength, but you can swing again, and it actually swings with 5. In the stack, again, it gets you an EX card. It's just super good. If you play this guy for 4, and then you attach, just call it cover, then you attach the pilot, you're basically swinging with 4, 6, 8, 11 for a cost of 7, and you can also -2 something. So let's say your opponent has the big Evangelion 13 out, for example, with 11 strength. You can actually get rid of that guy if you can tap it and attack into it with this guy. Just really good. Just really, really super good. Like, one of the things I wanted with this deck is to have time available, which we do the best we can with the current card list, and also very importantly to have the ability to attack quick, as quick as we can. So of course the other card that does grant fast is Shinji Ikari. This particular card you'd never really want to play for the full cost. You always want to attach it as a pilot, and just any and all of the Evas, and most of the big guys you run are all Evas, will be able to be tapped immediately. Normally you will be wanting to use that to swing, of course, at your opponent. It's not bad in the stack either, because it does jump back to your hand. So even though it's only a 1 strength card, you do get that card into your hand, which can be very useful. But again, as I say, it's just giving us the ability to power something up to attack immediately with an additional strength. Just fast on demand. Okay, and getting into my miscellaneous, I have these 2 slots where I wasn't really quite sure what to run. I've been going back and forth between different cards. And you know, I got to the point where I was like, you know what, if I have it in the deck, there is a chance that I draw it, rather than just, you know, maximizing, well, not maximizing, but putting 2 in of one. I'm gonna put in 1 of each. We'll see how it goes, because they both have their pros and cons. Now, Progressive Knife is your typical side deck card. When it battles, it basically blows up a chosen sentinel, which can be really good if your opponent's sentinel heavy. If your opponent plays like a blue-green deck, for example, that's just full of sentinels, this card is gonna be clutch. Same on the Guardian stack, so basically gets rid of a chosen sentinel, so it's really good, but it's very obviously circumstantial. Whereas Prototype 00 has Protector again, so all the other cards, all the other battlers can't be targeted by effects, which is a super useful ability. And when it attacks, all your battlers gain, basically if they would be destroyed in a battle, they return to your hand. Retreat is what it's called, retreat. So it is, again, it's a really good ability, but you don't always want it, you don't always need it. One of the things in this game is that you're normally not going to have like a massive board presence. So one way or another, your opponent's going to probably try and get rid of your battlers, because you're not going to have too many battlers in play. Most of the games, at least. So I got 1 of each. If you like the deck and you want to try it out, just you know, play around with it. There are some flex slots here for sure that you can go with. And now to the beaters, the big guys that just get rid of stuff. I really don't know what order to put them in, because I love them all equally. Sixth Angel, very notorious for the game. The Big Boy Progressive Knife, and the Beast, Evangelion 13. So let's go through all 3 of them. Sixth Angel, just first of all, an ace strength for 6. Anybody that says that blue doesn't have offensive capabilities is wrong, because here is the proof. I'm actually running 2 blues and only 1 really big red card. So Sixth Angel, if it survives till the next turn, it taps every single battler, and it can basically remove anybody from the field that you don't want to have up there, because you'll attack into them. It also has Taunt, it also has +1 to the stack, amazing card. The other one, Progressive Knife 02, is probably my favorite actually out of the 3, which might be quite controversial, but I just love the fact that for a 7 cost you essentially get an 11 beater. It is not super great on defense, it's only got the 8 strength, but even if you look at these 2 guys on par, you only pay 1 extra for the same strength, and this one has Protector as well, which again can be very useful. You actually have quite a few protectors in the deck, and a lot of the times that ability can be very, very, very useful. And then finally the Big Beast, Evangelion 13, sorry. When you play it, it blows up a 5 or less cost. It's an 8 cost for it's an 8 cost, and you get a 10 strength, which is just brutal, absolutely brutal. It can also attack the stack 2 more times, so it basically swings 3 times at the stack, and it has Taunt as well. And obviously having a 10 strength Taunter tabbed is, well, that is just absolutely crazy. The reason why we need the extra time is we want to be able to play 13, and if we are lucky enough, if somehow we can get that high on time cost, then we can put Shinji on it, because he's an Eva. And we can swing for 11 on the turn it came down. It probably cleared the route of some Sentinel, hopefully, and we can just go in, attack the stack 3 times with 11 strength, which is just disgustingly crazy. Alright, so that's it for the main deck. These are the heavy beaters. These guys are all great. And now let's get to the extra deck. Now what I want to say about the extra deck is that more than once during playtesting I have picked every single card up from my extra deck. In fact, there was one game where I had what I could have drawn more cards from my extra deck, but it didn't have any. So it really shows that with the right starting hand you can actually get a lot of advantage early on from your extra deck. And without further ado, let's have a look at it. This is Prototype 00. It just comes down for 2 costs. It's a very, very cheap, and it ends the game more often than not. Because what it does, all the extra battlers have fast, so they can always swing as soon as they come down. But this guy also has retreat. When he comes down, he taps a battler. So if there's like a small guy that you may want to get rid of, then fine, just attack into it. You can also tap your sentinels. You can tap your taunters, or you can just tap something that you may want to then attack into with another big guy, for example. But it's something you need to be aware of, because if there's nobody else down, he has to tap himself, and obviously that's something you want to avoid. You want to swing with this guy at the stack more often than not, and if very likely some big beefy guy will be flipped, then it jumps back into your hand. If you have another card down, it comes back down again, swings again, can just really quickly get through 2, maybe even 3 cards from the stack, and just super good. I love this card. And the art on it as well is just absolutely amazing. Another one, and I love the art on this one as well, same Eva prototype 00. This guy's a little bit different though. It's more expensive. It's a 4 cost, as you can see there, 5 strength, and when it swings you get a card, so you can draw a card. It can't swing at battlers. Both of these guys are really good against the stack. This one's particularly good because as soon as you play it, you get an extra card. You draw a card, and if you can keep it alive for another turn, then that's 2 cards, and so on and so on. So again, blue bringing us card advantage, exactly what we want. Red's not too shabby when it comes to card advantage. We have the dummy system. What an epic scene. Basically, for a 4 cost, we get a 6 strength, which cannot attack battlers, again similar to prototype 00, but the battlers are normally taken care of by the main deck anyway. That's what's important. But if this guy is destroyed, also you can swing at the stack 2 more times, so you get a 3 swing at the stack with this guy. If it's destroyed, you flip 2 cards from the top of your deck. If it's a battler, you can take it to your hand. If not, it goes to the discard, and the same there, so you can do that twice. So I said we have a very good reason why we want to run 6 extra cards. It's because of this guy. Again, as I said, you will go through your EX deck fairly quickly, so you will get to this guy very quick. Again, quad advantage, that's exactly what we want. The epic seal extra card from blue. You have to obviously sacrifice a 5 cost or higher, but you do get that time back, and you get 2 cards. So again, we have actual card advantage with this card, and it just gets you through your EX deck quicker. So 3 cards, all these guys, they are still card advantage, and they are very beneficial. This is primarily to finish the game. And another guy that I love is Eva 01 Awaken, just giving all your guys fast, and you don't have to worry about, you know, waiting for your opponent's next turn so they survive and they can swing. No, we don't care about any of that. We just play Eva 01, maybe swing with it. That 7 strength's not bad, but you can be fearful when it comes to the stack, so you might want to leave that swinging for some other guys. This is a key card again. It just works really well with that fast, you know, sort of side mechanic that I have here. Unfortunately, there aren't too many cards with fast, but it is a very strong ability, so I can't exactly fault the game designers for not including too many. And then finally, we have Evangelion 13, the big beater, 9 cost, 11 strength. It swings at the stack 4 times, guys. That is just amazing. Normally, you know, if you're rocking up against a deck that is very heavy on basically vanilla stack cards, then yeah, you're basically winning with this card pretty much straight away. If not, which is very likely the chance, then your opponent's probably going to have some shenanigans, maybe return it back to your hand, which is quite a shame with a 9 cost. It's difficult to play it, but we do need that big ass beater to get rid of some of the opposition's big cards. Again, you can play this guy. It's not going to cost you any time because it's 9 cost. If you then can somehow play Nice to Meet You, Father, you can swing with a bloody 17 strength, and you can -2 one of your opponent's guys. That is just crazy good. Also, very importantly, when it swings, you have to discard a card, and you can return a chosen battler to its owner's hand. Why is that good? Because again, very similar to the main deck, Evangelion 13 clears the board, and then it can go in and swing, and that's exactly what 13 does for us. It's just a very good, very efficient finisher. If you got 18, if you got 13 out and it survived the turn, then all you need is an extra 1 cost to play, which we can do. Obviously, we got Shinji here if you want to play that for a 3 cost. We got Don't Worry, I Will Protect You. You won't die, I will protect you. So we got quite a few cards that can just basically come down as +1, give us a 9 cost, or just having some of the bigger guys down that already swung in. They've done what they were supposed to do, bring this guy down, and just get into that stack and finish off the game. So this is pretty much it, ladies and gents. I hope you've enjoyed this very long deck profile. I just get too immersed in explaining all the different combinations and stuff that the deck works with, but I think that's what the people who really get into the game, they hopefully enjoy this in-depth level of mechanics explaining. So please stay tuned. I will have more Evangelion videos coming out for you guys. If you haven't watched the movies or watched the anime, it's all really good. I believe Netflix has released a new dubbed version as well. Maybe some controversial stuff, but hey, if you never watched it, just go and watch it. I was told that it is actually very good. So up until next time, guys, make sure you pick up maybe 1 or 2 boxes of these cards. It's amazing, it's cheap, you get all the cards, it's like a living card game, so you don't have to worry about chasing the super rares and any of that. And it's a really fun game. I think it's pretty well balanced in the Evangelion set, so we'll see where it gets. Peace out, YouTube. Up until next time. Saiyan signing out.